Hello, folks. This is Corey. I want to thank you again for tuning into my channel. I really, really do appreciate it. I literally wouldn't be recording myself if it wasn't for you guys watching me. So, thank you from the bottom of my heart for tuning in. And please subscribe if you like my content. If you don't, then you might as well just stop watching and find something else to do with your time. But so again, I'm Corey, and basically in this channel, if you watch my intro, which I will post a link to there, you'll know what my purpose of this channel is, basically, which is probably the purpose of many other YouTubers who post videos out here. But I'm not really going to talk about my personal goals and as it pertains to what I'm doing with my channel, as I am going to talk about why you would set goals, how do you set goals, some good personal goals to set, some good financial goals to set, things like that. And then I'll talk about some of my goals as it pertains to this channel, because you guys don't want to really hear about that. But so as I mentioned in my first video in the introduction, check that out, I've been through many transformations in my life, and I don't think it goes without saying that this wouldn't have happened without setting goals. But I think the main hurdle I had to overcome was realizing basically where to start. I was at a standstill in my life. Honestly, if you asked me the definition of the word goal, I probably couldn't have told it to you. But I was just stuck. I had like no purpose. I didn't know where I was going. I knew I should have a purpose, but I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. I had tried some different things, and it just seemed like everything I did, I was failing at. And I'll make a video about failure later too. But and I didn't know what to do. So I started seeking out advice and asking people, how could what's their idea? How can I like move on here? How can I like have purpose? And somebody really close to me in my family said, Corey, you just need to set a goal, man. I'm like, yeah, but I'm terrible at reaching goals, so why even do that? And of course I immediately had a why, or it's not possible, instead of looking at it the right way, which is, set a freaking goal. And this person said to me, just set a very small goal. Set a goal that is achievable. That's the point of setting goals, right? You got to start small, set one goal, but more importantly, achieve that goal. But don't make it easy on yourself. Make it something that's going to push you out of your comfort zone, and push you to grow and learn, and just basically be better at whatever you're working on. So personal goals, in my opinion, personal goals are the most important goals to set. You are your own being. You control your own destiny. I'm a big fan of freedom, especially personal freedom, which some people call free will. So why not focus on yourself? This is a big part about what my channel is and how I've focused on myself, and how maybe I can help you guys focus on yourself. Stay excited about your goals. For God's sake, you're living life, breathing here. There's no point in walking around with a negative attitude, and there's no point in basically just kicking the dirt and chugging along without purpose. As Somnez says, John Somnez over at simpleprogrammer.com, the guy's a great guy. He's smart, He says just have a zest for life. He does a video on suicide, which I think it's great that recently in the media and everything, people have been talking more and more about mental illness and addiction and just these topics that really need to be talked about, but haven't, for whatever reason, haven't really gotten mainstream. I think they've always been talked about, but they just haven't hit the mainstream, and it's crazy. Like, I think as a byproduct of social media, and that's another one of the reasons that my goal is to reach people on social media, a lot of people. I'll talk about my goals later in the video, but social media, this is a byproduct of social media. Like, we're talking about this stuff because it's a social issue and it's a social norm, and it needs to be talked about. The more we talk about it, the more we can conquer it, and the more we can deal with it and hit the problem and find solutions. If you're not talking about the problem, you're never gonna find the solution. You're never gonna be able to set a goal to even move towards the solution, to even get in the vessel that is headed in that direction. So, a bit of a ramble, but anyways, personal goals. It's all about you. Be healthy. Set goals that allow you to live a healthier life, a stress-free life. Strong, deep connections with people. Find out what the meaning of life is to you, and set goals that align yourself to that. And again, achievable goals, but push yourself out of your comfort zone. A lot of things that I'll talk about on this channel are related to finance. Again, as I mentioned in my intro, I am successful. I won't talk about my net worth, but finance is so important. What you earn in life, I didn't know this early on in life, and in my 20s, I admit I made I earned good money, but I didn't manage it well because I didn't know the value of money. It was physically printed, it was in my hand. This is before, like iPay and Apple Pay and all this crazy stuff where it's not really like, it was physically there, and yet I still didn't really know the value of a dollar. I would bounce checks at Taco Bell, at least I was eating, I guess, but terrible. My credit score was like below 500. Now it's in the 800s. I've got more open accounts than anybody on Credit Karma in my age group. In most age groups. Not plugging Credit Karma or anything, but know your credit score. Let that be a financial goal to improve your credit score and your FICO score and your credit report, and clean up things and know what's on your credit report, because that's gonna help you financially in life, and huge thing to set financial goals. Real estate, there's debates whether real estate's worth it or not. I know the millennial generation's maybe real estate's not for me. Do your homework. Don't listen to me. I'm into real estate. I think it's a great vessel for your future and financially securing your future. And it's going to work for me. It is working for me. But anyways, yeah, we'll talk about real estate on this channel. The next video I'm actually going to cut on this channel, which I'm really excited about, because I think it's probably the number one biggest factor to me reaching, well, I don't know what financial independence is. It's different for everybody, but basically reaching a point where you know that you're going to be comfortable financially. And you do not get there. You literally, guys, you do not get there without sacrifice, without setting goals, living below your means. This is LBYM. Again, look this up. But if you're not living below your means, you probably don't even know. You probably don't even know where your money is. Know where your money's going, and save first. Pay yourself first. That's one of my mantras. Is now that I know the value of a dollar, I realize that by the time I get it, working W-2 with a paycheck, whatever, that dollar, by the time you get it, you're lucky if it's worth 80 cents. I mean, even less, depending on how much you make. The feds, they take a cut right at the federal bank. I mean, that dollar, before it's even printed on the press, is worth less than a dollar. And of course, if you use it in other countries, it might be worth even less than that. So Um, live below your means. Fundamentally, what this means is, to me personally, don't buy shit you don't need. Don't buy Beanie Babies. Don't buy Happy Meals. Don't buy the expensive cable package. Monthly fees. Limit your monthly fees, because those things compound over time. And I've never really had cable. I haven't needed it. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. I've never paid for an expensive cable bill. I've paid for good internet because of other reasons, but I live below my means. I haven't always, like I said, but for the last decade probably, I've been focusing on living below my means, and that's been a huge financial goal. So if you're like, Corey, great, where do I start? I would say, make a budget. If you don't know what a budget is, you can look it up. There's plenty of financial websites and stuff and YouTube channels. But know where your money is going. Have a line item for everything. And know where you're spending your money. And then know where you're getting your money from. And you'll quickly see. And then, use a spreadsheet for crying out loud. Start a spreadsheet. Easiest way to do it. Start a spreadsheet and then add a column, 2 columns, expenses, money coming in, and then the third column is money you could save from your expenses. So I'd probably rearrange it the other way, where you do income, expenses, or money that you're getting in your expenses, and then areas that you could save, and highlight the expense columns that you think you can improve on. Set a goal. Say, I can cut my cable bill down. I can find cheaper insurance. I can find cheaper daycare. I can stop eating $5 lattes every day. Whatever. But set that goal. Live below your means. It's so important. I'm going to make a whole nother video on it. Check that out up here. I don't even know if I can get it in 15 minutes. One of my goals that I actually set in the first video unknowingly was like, I'm not going to make videos over 15 minutes. Well, I don't think that's really a realistic goal. So I should rephrase myself and say I'm going to set realistic goals that are achievable. That's not achievable. If I want to review books, lots of things, there's certain content that you can't just delve out in 15 minutes. It's what it is. I mean, some topics deserve more time than 15 minutes. So yeah, for this video, I'm going to make it 15 minutes, but excuse me. But anyways, enough of the rambling. Set some personal goals, set some financial goals, set some health goals. Because at the end of the day, if you're not healthy, you're going to be in and out of the hospital, you're going to be spending money, you're going to hurt personal relationships. Just live as healthy of a life as you can. I don't need to tell you this. Your doctor, if you're unhealthy and you're going to the doctor, he's going to tell you, I'm not a doctor. I know a lot of doctors. I talk to doctors on a regular basis. My own doctor says that I need to lose weight and whatever, but even he does. He admits he does. But set health goals. Eat healthier every day. I'm gonna stop eating at fast food restaurants. I haven't ate at a fast food. Why would you eat at a fast food restaurant? Know your ingredients that you're eating. Eat on the outside. Shop on the outside of the grocery store. Like the outer aisles are gonna have your fresh produce and veggies and fresh meats from the butcher. And it's worth paying a little more for fresh ingredients. I'm not gonna say organics. Just fresh ingredients. Don't eat the boxed, pre-canned stuff. Set your health goals. I'm gonna wrap this up. There's like a minute left. The 3 most important tips of advice for goals. Set your goals that push you. Set goals that push you. Don't set bullshit goals. I mean, be like bullshit goal is something you're not going to achieve. I'm going to run 10 miles tomorrow, and you've never run a mile. It's bullshit. You're not going to achieve that. I'm going to walk around the block. That's achievable. But push yourself. Don't set a goal that's too easy. Like, if you've been running marathons and be like, yeah, well, you probably don't need this advice, but you know, just use reason. Don't push yourself, basically. Be outside your comfort zone. But the most important advice, reach your goal. Reach your goal. Do what you have to do. Crush it. Reach it. Be creative. Be resourceful. Be selfish if you have to be selfish. But reach that goal, and you'll have a better quality of life, basically. So thank you again, guys. I went over my 15 minutes. I've already broken my rule on video 2. But hey, you know what? At least I got the second video out the door on a Saturday, busy with all sorts of different stuff. Now I need to figure out how to upload it. So again, I really appreciate you guys taking time out of your day, 15 minutes to check me out. I want to inspire you guys. That's one of my goals. I didn't really get into my goals, but it's to inspire you guys, and you know, maybe you'll have a better day because of it. I don't know. If you don't, whatever. But otherwise, have a great day, guys. Thanks for checking me out, and please leave some comments in the comment box down below, because without them, I don't have any feedback. I don't know, you know, if I'm sucking or doing a good job. I mean, not that I care if you think I suck or whatever, but you know, it is feedback, and feedback is important. So thanks, guys. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you soon.